There's another anniversary, Ian.
It is the 25th anniversary of Mario Kart.
We missed it a little bit.
Yep.
But it was 92. It was I believe early September of 92. Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo. Do you have any nice memories when it came out? I have some.
Yeah, I do. It maybe some of the only fond memories I have of Kevin. But
I hate that Kevin.
Fucking Kevin.
I think all Kevin's morph and split up in different personalities.
Like amoeba.
Yeah, they just multiply out.
But I remember him getting it, and it was one of the first times I think I ever played a split-screen racing game. But it really did kind of, birth a whole new genre. It didn't really feel like racing games. They felt, I mean, they were, obviously, but they felt like action games. And I remember we would sit there, and we would just play that game forever, the Super Nintendo one. And it's still one of the ones I have the most fond memories of, the Super Nintendo version. Even though it was only 2 players, we would sit there forever and just hot swap it.
Oh yeah, you have tournaments.
Yep, and we would just pass the controllers around, and we'd sit in the back room, which smelled like crap, and we'd just play the game forever. And it was fantastic. And I remember, at the time, a lot of racing games didn't have a lot of courses, and it's weird, but one of the things that sticks out to me is playing that game. And what was it? 4 cups, 4 courses per cup. So 16 courses. To me, that was like mind blowing at the time.
3 different speeds.
Yeah. So there was just a lot of variety. And then of course the game just spawned tons of sequels. And honestly, I lost interest as the sequels went on. I lost interest in the series. But
5 course cup, I think it was.
Okay. Eventually became 4. So that even furthers though why I thought that game was crazy, because there's just so many courses, so many different racing options, the weapons, the battle mode was so much fun.
The battle mode to me, not that it was revolutionary. I'm trying to think though of a game before it that offered something like that on a console, and you're hard pressed to think of one. I think that did something like that. I mean, that was like almost like a version of a first-person shooter, but
sure.
You're driving around, a third-person shooter, but you're driving around.
Very smooth scrolling and stuff like that.
Mode 7.
Yep. I didn't really fall back in love with the series. I mean, I liked Mario Kart 64 at the time, but I fell off of it. But Mario Kart 8 came back and stole my heart. I do like Mario Kart DS, but really, I mean, now there's all sorts of kart racers.
But let's go back and talk about, besides spawning all the kart racers, the fact that they figured out a way to take a genre that was kind of fringe.
Sure. Kart
racing or a third-person racer. It's like, yeah, who cares? There's been a ton of these on NES. There's 20 racers that you have a little whatever IndyCar or whatever. Maybe well, not Danny Sullivan, but that's more important. But let's take characters people know. And for no fucking reason at all, let's put them in this other game that they would have nothing to do with ever.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's like a magic formula.
And, I mean, that paved the way for... It kind of opened the universe up. It paved the way for all the Mario sports games, all the spin-off titles.
Smash?
Smash. They also found a way to make racing games accessible for everyone. They got the handling. The controls were down. They were smooth. They were easy to learn. I mean, it's basically the definition of a game that anyone can pick up and play. It really is the pick up and play game. You talk to anyone, people who don't play video games, even people who don't play video games are pretty much likely to say that they've probably played a few rounds of Mario Kart at someone's house.
It's adorable. It uses the license perfectly in terms of the enemies,
the designs,
the design. It's the last time we see DK Jr. in a game for some weird reason. He kind of disappears after that, or maybe he grows up in the Donkey Kong Country. That's always a controversy there. Yeah. What happened to him? Now, is it perfect? No, I don't think the racers are that balanced. No. People always went for Koopa first. My fucking cousin always picked Koopa, son of a bitch. I was stuck with Mario or Luigi, or a little slippery. But there's like 3 good racers, the rest are trash, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey Kong and Bowser, you ain't gonna win a race probably with those 2. The top, the high top speed, but you're never gonna get up to that.
I've seen people crush with Bowser, but yeah, I mean, you usually pick something middle of the road.
Sure. Yeah, it's just fun. It's goofy, and I wish I was into the Super Nintendo more. I would have bought that and like would have cherished that. The music is fucking fantastic, and again, it started a great franchise. And the idea of crossing genres up and characters from different genres and throwing them together and mixing them up, and it was probably the best game to do. Like that's the best series of that. Like you think of like the Crash Bandicoot racers, no one cares, or the Sonic ones. It's like people want to play Mario Kart.
They're fun, but they always feel like they always do feel like the copies of what they are.
Sure.